Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. Last time we spent a lot of time collecting more evidence for this final trial, found out the dark side to Mr. Engard, I think it was, and I think we're finally ready to go into the trial. So let's go ahead. That sounds familiar. Huff, huff. Grr. How did I get into this mess? That's far enough. You can't run forever. Mr. Phoenix Wright? Yeah, this sounds very familiar. What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. But I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title! I've had this dream before, someplace some time ago. As if this day was written into my destiny. Today I'll stand in court as a lawyer. To prove a killer innocent. Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't accidentally restart the game, did I? Nope. Just doing this again. Beep. Marsh, Marsh, this is Phoenix Wright. You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? Oh, yep, I just want to make sure you know I'm still a bad guy. Ha ha ha. If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too. Grr. Now listen up. You better get Mr. Engard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever. Maya. Phoenix. Phoenix! Mia? Maya, how is Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Mia, what am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please! There's nothing left. Not here, not anywhere. Ah, it's that accursed Engard again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore, I mean it. You're really mean, pal. Ah, Gumshoe. I'm really sorry. Where are you? They let me join the investigation team, and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Then you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we've got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not going to give up. Gumshoe. Until the trial is over. Until the verdict is handed down. We're going to do everything we can to find the killer. If we can get May out, then you can get Engard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. That's true. I could do that if they found Maya first. You got that? So you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. Well, that's one thing Phoenix Wright is particularly good at. I have to make the trial last longer? If you go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you've got, then you two can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're going to give it all we've got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Let me make a slight volume adjustment. I just moved over to a new computer recently, so I'm trying to get all my settings back to what they were, and I don't have the old computer to reference it to. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance. Yeah, sure. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through, I know it. I certainly hope so. Do you intend to waste more of our time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Can't help but notice. You're asking a lot of frivolous questions here. Court is now in session for the trial of Madden Guard. I feel like I don't quite have the voice right. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. Nope, I still don't have the voice yet. And I'm not going back to listen to it. I'll find the voice. I just have to keep trying. The mystery being, what exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder? That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Engard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing the nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape. Yes. Nope, that's the creepy old man voice. Okay, I went and looked it up because it was bothering me. I think I got the voice now. You're saying that she's guilty after all. I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes, Juan Carita was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin, his client so to speak, is Madden Guard. What a surprising turn of events! I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. Yeah, for real. I know what's going on this time. So I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. I think I also need to increase the text speed. Can I not? Oh wait, no, that's right, I can't do that. I think I tried that before. But we still have to hold out as long as we can. At least, until May is safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please. Okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star. And what is your relation to the defendant? Well, I guess I'm a sort of lousy mentor to him in a way. Yeah. Mr. Powers, please. You don't need to put yourself down so much. Oh, sorry. Well, I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. Okay, then. On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct? Yes. I didn't know that. But you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went. All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Engard's room. Okay, sure. What color were his shoes? We gotta really drag this one out. I don't know. Brown? Are you sure? I don't know. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Power's testimony. And talking with the bellboy is no big deal. If one assumes that the person Mr. Engard's speaking with was an ordinary bellboy. What are you implying? Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. Huh? A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're just going to have to charge in head first, alright? Because that's what you do with traps. Just charge in, right in. Get trapped. After the awards ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. The defendant's room? Why did you go there? Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother, sort of, and I wanted to say congrats. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright. What is it? You're going to try to trick me into a corner, aren't you? Huh? I know I'm just a poor underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer. No one said you were, Mr. Powers. No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy. Every time? Witness, I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony. Sorry. So, you went into the defendant's room, and then? Hey, wait a minute. When and how did I suddenly turn into the bad guy here? Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. Got a little meta right there for a second. Maybe not meta, but... Are you sure that was Matt Engard? Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the nickel samurai mask then. If that's the case, then he really can't be mistaken. And what was the defendant doing standing in front of his own room? He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. At first? What do you mean by that? Well, he was in a bellboyish uniform, and he had a bottle of juice on a tray. Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. And why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry. I guess I'm going to have to wait patiently on this one. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct? Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? That's a perfectly normal thing to do, Sure. So, how long did you watch the two of them? Not more than a minute or two, I think. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. So who are these guests you're talking about? You guys, of course, you and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it would be real rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway. This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. So what do we have to present? I don't really know of a way that we can, the only thing that really sticks out to me, I should say, is the idea that the bellboy looked a little weird, but he didn't know why. Or there's something weird about it. So maybe I can present the, that one. I think I've got him in the profiles. Hold on. Let me keep clicking through these real quick to see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, this guy, the John Doe. Can we present that potentially? At first I thought it was the bellboy. Can we present this? No. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence in the statement just related? Oh, you're kind of an idiot, Phoenix. Okay, so on let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I had to press on this fourth statement about how it was strange, and I have to go back and press on this third statement about the bellboy. So let's press on this again. At first, what do you mean by that? I didn't think it was a normal bellboy. And why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to... Hey, wait a second. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated... you know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself? Ah, yeah, that's it. You really know your job. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? I have no idea. I didn't see the bellboy. Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. You mean about the bellboy, right? Matt gave the bellboy a tip. So he gave the bellboy a tip. Yep, that's... What's so strange about that? Oh, well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. How much was? It was. But that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid I don't follow at all. It sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of his shocking moments I should ask about. The face, probably. What was so shocking about the bellboy's face, Mr. Powers? Well, he wasn't exactly a boy, more like an old Gramps. I hope you know that discrimination towards old men is a no-no in my court. No, that's not what I meant at all. In the smack middle of the guy's face, there was a line of stitches. A line of stitches? That sounds awfully familiar, and it went straight from the tippy top of his head to the bottom of his chin. I'm assuming that's where he takes his, face mask off and shows his true lizard form underneath, right? Almost like if that thread snapped, all the stuff in his head would come spilling out. Ah! He was there, at Engard's house. He was that butler. What is it, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. So that means Engard was talking with the killer, then. If that fact were to be exposed, Engard would be declared guilty in a blink. Phoenix, you have to play dumb here. Pretend you don't know anything. Yes, Chief. You sure you don't have anything you would like to say, Mr. Wright? Huh? What did you say, Your Honor? Nothing, Mr. Wright. Nothing. We're just going around and around in circles. Now then, Mr. Powers, please continue with your testimony. Oh, Edgeworth noticed that. Okay. So, hold on, sorry. Right, okay, so we need to press both statements, because what we're doing right now is wasting time. On purpose. So, I think we need to press this. So we gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Oh, well, you see, that's not a yep, okay. How much it was? That's when something even more surprising happened. Bellboy was putting the tip in his pocket, he was shocked. Okay, so we need to talk about the tip. The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree? Sure. But giving him that much is maybe a little too much, I think. A little too much? Would you please clarify for the court? About how much would you say the defendant gave to the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why is that? Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash? And it was all ones. Oh, well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash. That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. Judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. Objection! The defendant is a superstar. That kind of tip is typical fare for people like him. Objection! Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting? He's got a point. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash for all my hard work. So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Juan Corrida. Then the bellboy the witness saw. Yes, he was the assassin. Hold your horses now! Mr. Edgeworth, you don't have any proof of this, do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I think there's been a few times in your past, yes. I have here the card Shelley the Killer left at the scene of the crime. Shelley, the Killer! He is the person the police's special investigation team has been chasing for ages. I'm certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley the Killer. Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head and I think I just figured something out. Oh, actually, I saw that bellboy again later that night. What? Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir, right away. The second time. This time I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Mr. Juan Carita's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kind of out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. I mean... You mean what? Thank you very much. That is all we need for now. Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more. Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. D. Killer. Then we shall see. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious. That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh. Ha 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 ha! This is no laughing matter. I thought it was a little funny. Okay. This time I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And what time was it? Well, I don't remember. The award ceremony ended around 8 p.m., right? And I went to Matt's room pretty soon after that. And then I came back. And then I went to the bathroom. So I guess maybe it was around 8:10 p.m. by that time? You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Powers? Sorry. I thought I could maybe catch Matt and say my congrats. And that's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Are you sure it was the same bellboy? Yeah. And how could you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform after all. But you see, well, he had those stitches in his face. So I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking with Matt. So which room did the bellboy come out of? Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Carita's room. The victim's room, huh? Yeah, the one with all the really pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was Juan's room, all right. Words cannot describe how screwed I am. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we? Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kinda out of place. So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's going to say next. Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed? That bellboy was one of the room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart, and he wasn't holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange too, wouldn't you? I agree it is a bit strange, Mr. Powers. But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? No. We gotta try to pull a fast one. There's nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy. But there really is. There really isn't. If you two are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There's no reason for them to be empty-handed, ever. Like, not even when they drop off what they came to deliver? And then afterwards they wouldn't have anything? Your Honor, I ask that the witness' previous statement be supplanted with this new one. Edgeworth, are you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious? I see. Very well, this court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. I thought it was kind of strange for a bellboy to come out of a guest room empty-handed. So you're saying that it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed? Yep, that's what I just said. Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw that bellboy, he was holding a tray in his hand, and there was a bottle of juice and a wine glass on it. juice. What kind of juice was it? I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice. If we could come up with some sort of reason as to why he would come out empty-handed, some sort of proof, then I think we could dodge the bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? Sounds like another job for the court record. Okay, so we actually need some proof in here. Did we press this one yet? I don't think so. He had to be an assassin, I'm sure of it. Please don't be so quick to judge. Ah, but it's kind of a Powers family thing. Think of every person as a thief. Well, I guess a thief and an assassin are both sneaky and silent. That's not the point, Phoenix. In any case, if that bellboy was the assassin, it would be very bad for us. But he really is the assassin, you know? Yes, but you can't give in yet. If you want to prolong this trial for as long as possible, you're going to have to pull some cheap tricks on this one.